This is Scott Barber. Once again, we're out in front of the Rally for Liberty. We're going to go up and talk to the man on the street. Sir, who are you and where are you from?
Charles Bachman from Houston, Texas.
Charles, that happens to be my name as well, so that's great. My brother arms here. So how long have you been involved with the Ron Paul campaign?
Since it began.
Since January of 07?
Yep.
So you knew about him before that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
books and websites.
So how did you first find out about Ron Paul?
I was reading a book, and I don't remember the name, but his name came up. Actually, I do remember the name. It was Speaking of Liberty, put out by the Mises Institute. I believe it was written by Lou Rockwell, and I found his name there. Started reading another book, found his name again. Watching documentaries online and everything, he kept coming up, and so I started looking into it further. I was following him a little bit before the presidential campaign started, and of course when it started I was on board 100%.
Well, for a lot of us, you know, the thing of liberty is so big, so many people with so many different issues can come in under it. For me, my hot topic issue is the Federal Reserve. Is there any one, maybe two particular issues that give you the energy to keep going when we get lambasted by the mainstream media?
Oh yeah, well there's plenty. Federal Reserve has got to go. It was set up by private bankers to rob Americans of their hard-earned money and to drive us into debt that we'll never get out of unless we get rid of them. They got to go, there's no exception. The drug policy has got to be changed in this country. We cannot afford to take children's parents away and parents' children away, put them in prison for simple possession of substance, many of which naturally on this earth, and I believe were created by God for a purpose, perhaps many purposes. The wars that we're engaged in, all the bases we have around the world, we're spending, I don't know, billions, trillions of dollars on that. That's got to end. It's not our positions to do that. We need to free up the market and educate people on energy. There's many alternatives to gasoline. There's alcohol, of course, nuclear energy. There's hydrogen. There's no reason why we can't be energy independent.
Well, sir, let's say someone, that's a lot of issues. Let's say someone's new to the concept of liberty. Someone new, is there a website or a book you would recommend for someone just starting out?
Well, the Speaking of Liberty book is a great read. It's easy to read. Anything put out by the Mises Institute, some of the websites, Mises.org, John Birch Society, JBS.org, Infowars.com, the Resistance Manifesto, and I'll be having my own website I'm working on, and that's truthpatriot.com, and so just search around, you'll find the information's out there.
Well, sir, it's been said many times by our mainstream media that the Ron Paul movement is 12 pimply kids sitting in their parents' basements blogging. Would you say that's true from your experience over the last 2 years?
Oh, no way. I mean, this has been the biggest grassroots movement in a long time. And, the mainstream media, it can be documented that they are controlled by the Council on Foreign Relations, which is headed up by David Rockefeller, who has said in his own memoirs that he wants to destroy America. He admits to it, and he wants a one world government. They call it the world order. It's very real. George Bush talked about it. We've got to do everything we can to maintain our independence, and we need to root out these enemies of America that are here in America running our institutions. They've got to be exposed, and they've got to be routed out.
So you speak of the enemies of America. Would you yourself say you've made new friends over the last couple of years as you've been involved with this movement?
Oh man, I've made all kinds of friends, especially on this trip. I've made some great friends online. It's just the thing is, with the media controlled as it is, people that don't get online think that there is no movement or it's really small, and I have to tell you, it's not small, it's big, it's growing, it's going to continue to grow, and if you want to know more about it, you've got to get online. It's the only media we've got that is not controlled, and so that's what I recommend, getting online.
So you've made a friend. Would you say that you've obviously known about Ron Paul for a long time? Would you say that as you participate in this movement that you've learned things that you feel you may not have learned otherwise without being involved in this movement?
Yeah. You know, there's always something to learn. I mean, you know, life is a learning experience.
Does it seem to you that most of the people you've met in this movement are interested in learning?
Yeah, I would. You know, open-minded. You know, it's people outside. You know, people caught up in the mainstream media. That are not learning. They may not realize it. They're being dumbed down. They're being told what to think. You know, when I talk to people outside the movement, I get the same regurgitation. It's like I predict what they're going to say because I hear it all the time on, you know, the neoconservative talk shows, on Fox News, on ABC News. I mean, it's the same regurgitation. It goes to show people are being told to think. They think they're thinking for themselves, but they haven't been exposed to enough information to really know what the truth is.
Well, sir, one last question, Charles. For the ladies who've been watching this YouTube video or thinking about this guy's handsome as he is smart, do you have a MySpace or a Facebook page or YouTube?
I've got a page on YouTube. It's youtube.com/TheNewPatriot. I've got a page on Zazzle.com. That's Zazzle.com/TheNewPatriot. And like I say, I'll be working on my new site, TruthPatriot.com.
Well, Charles, I want to thank you for allowing me to interview today. I hope you have a great time here in Minnesota.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.